This is game number 4 of our Imperial Nobility run. We have an ogre. We just got our ogre, so we've now got still 11 players, but we've got an ogre to go with our 2 blitzers, all 4 bodyguards. We've got 3 levels on the team. We've got 1 guard, 1 wrestle, and 1 strip ball. These are both randoms, 2 rerolls, and an apothecary. We have spun into some OWA, correctly built OWA, because they've taken the tree. Blood Bowl Nut, take note, this is someone who knows how to play the team. They've taken the tree man. They've got a dwarf blitzer, 2 dwarf blockers. They've got the troll slayer. They've got a mighty blow human blitzer. We need to watch out for that. A leader thrower, a blodge catcher, and a halfling. Looks like 12 players because they haven't got number 11. 302 record, which I would say is a pretty solid start with OWA. They're not a particularly easy team to play. Our opponent's in chat. Hi, Mail. Yeah, good luck to you as well. Am I giving them 50,000 in inducements? Tree all the way, indeed, exactly. Imagine taking an ogre on the team when you can have a tree. Nonsense. Ridiculous idea. They have kicked. This is bad news for us. The last 2 games we managed to kick first and we liked it. We much preferred kicking to having to play offense. Maybe Mael knows that if they're in chat and they have been watching, maybe they know that I don't like playing offense. Imperial Nobility offense is a struggle. This does leave us to the dilemma, do we fight the tree with our ogre? Our ogre does have fire on its face, which suggests that obviously it's good at fighting. I mean, it could set things on fire. Definitely not going to regret putting all mans on the line. 0 chance we end up regretting that really badly. Cheering fans, cheerleaders, well, we don't have any as we just talked about. However, we have one anyway, so one of our players without the owner trait gains armor for the match. I'm going to say our guard piece gains armor because I like the guard piece. Oh my god, a touchback. That's really nice. We will carry on Collie. I don't love carrying on the thrower because the thrower is just not that amazing, but it just frees up all of your other pieces to do what they want to do, which is the point, I think, of carrying on the thrower. Okay, do you get that power? That's good. So now we can actually try to hit the tree without the ogre. Oh my god, that's a 1 dice. I thought that was going to be a 2 dice, but it worked out. Again, professional streamer. Doing a lot of these things this morning. A lot of not my finest work this morning. Okay. What that does mean is that we could try to blitz with the ogre, which I like the sound of. Trying to hit a lower armor piece with the mighty blow. Does not go bonehead. It's pretty exciting. Does roll a POW. Do I want to follow up here? Maybe I do. Okay, that's alright. That's an okay start. If I had a bench, I feel like I would want to if I had a bench, I feel like I would want to foul the tree, but I don't have a bench, so let's just hope it doesn't stand up. Although I've only just remembered that the OWA tree has a timber rule, which will help it stand up. You know, you have those runs where you aren't sure if you are bad at Blood Bowl or dice are really screwing you. One of those right now. No, sorry to hear that, Fabian. I've started to receive first playing Delves more now. Is there a specific reason to kick or receive? I tend to receive so I can 10-8 stall the first turn and let the easy score happen in the second, so I can go for the win. Lionhouse, there's different schools of thought on this. I don't think that there's a hard right or wrong answer. Some things that I would say you might consider. Don't die. Oh, it's dying. Yeah. Wow, that's a rough start. I think we've got to try the Avo. Dead. Sorry, we're not keeping a neck injury, Smedley. That is dead. Yeah, so things to think about. The good thing about going on offense first, we've just said one of the good things about it, means you can make decisions more on defense. One of the bad things about it is your opponent is going to get a line of scrimmage on turn 8 and a line of scrimmage on turn 9. If you're playing a team like Wood Elves, that's a very easy time to lose a lot of players. So you could easily go from, you've had a good first drive, and then suddenly you find yourself going from 10 players to 7 players between the line of scrimmage hits on turn 8 and 9. In fact, that's not even a particularly unlucky turn 8 and 9 with armor 8 plus players, especially if they've got enough players to foul you on turn 8. And then suddenly you're trying to play defense on 7 players, and your opponent might end up in a position where they can snowball you and even go for the win by removing enough players. So I do think there's things to think about based on your roster that come into it as well. I find that I'm still more comfortable kicking first. I mean, the other thing with kicking first is if you know you've got a good one turn, I think kicking first often makes sense because you're generally in a better position to try the one turn on turn 8 than you are on turn 16. You're less likely to have lost the players who are needed for the one turn. So I think like lots of things, there's not like one definite right or wrong answer. It's about what your roster looks like and what you're most comfortable with. Go after the leader here. That's one option. Feels more rewarding than hitting dwarfs. Ball. Up here, the ogre's kind of doing its job. It's tying up a couple of players, being an ogre. Their player, unlike our player, does not just feel like dying. She's very sad. Merciless. Agility bust is not okay on a 0 SPP player, unfortunately. Tree has rooted, that's nice. I'm very curious about win rate on kick versus receive. That would be super interesting to look into. And it's super interesting to hear Torquemada say he used to always kick first and playing Agi now tend to receive first most of the time. I've kind of gone full circle on it actually because I made that same shift quite early on in the new 2020 rules, partly listening to Andy Davo, who's a very good Blood Bowl coach, was saying that he thinks you should receive first like all the time now. So I started doing it, and I have found that for me, in general, I do better defending first. But I definitely think you could make a solid argument for offense first being better in lots of situations. But in general, I still find that I win more if I kick first. Hey Watton, how are you? going after the lower armor pieces of that mighty bow. That makes sense now. You've got rid of one of the 2 blitzers to go after, just get some more removals. I do think a lot of it is there may not be like one right answer, and it's people ask me this all the time with the DACA, like when do you DACA, when do you if you're playing against a DACA, when do you pressure it and when do you not pressure it? And like a lot of these questions, the answer is just it depends, right? Like it depends on what your opponent's team look like. It depends on all sorts of stuff. The ball's pretty safe here, so I'm going to try the ogre here on the 2 dice, because if we get it then we can hit that, and I want to hit that. Okay, that's fine. Like, because that mighty bow is already getting its money's worth, and I don't like it getting its money's worth. Can I stomp on it? Also, can I use this tree as my own cage corner? Because they can't move it. Probably not sensibly. Nice pow. Made the dodge. Oh my god. Wow. Oh my god. Sorry, Mael. I mean, you did kill one of mine, but still. Well, that was a good foul. Good job. Gruff did get sent off for it, but I think we can trade a wrestle lineman for a mighty blow blitzer. Sorry. The fastest Snappo you've ever seen, a straight up Snappo? That was a Snappo, wasn't it? I mean, we are down on 9 players now, so maybe I'll come to regret that yet, but look, that piece was doing work. Heavy hit. Thank you so much for the prime sub. Welcome to the weirdos. Dead. Dead, 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 as Mr. Page might say. Someone should really check up on the Apo. Yeah, this is a bit Dr. Death, isn't it? Maybe the Apo is a friend. So if I know anything about medics from my time at university a long time ago, the medical students were absolutely the hardest on the booze. So maybe these 2 medics are just friends and they've gone to enjoy the booze together before the game. I know, Ross. It's the neighbours. He's being so lazy. He's like doing that dramatic woof while just lying down. Doesn't even sit up. Oh, another badly hurt. We're really going to run out of players in this game. We are now capped on 8 players for the whole game. Our opponent has 11 still, because they had 12. I think this is going to be our first loss. Pretty hard to keep going with the numbers disappearing like this. Oh, that was our last opponent, Draclo. Thank you for the game. I thought you were pretty unlucky with some of the skulls you rolled. But thank you, it was a fun game. Do we trust the ogre here? Probably shouldn't. I think we're going to have to dodge this, which I don't like, but I think we have to because I haven't got enough players not to, and we need to make forward progress. Okay, we're trusting the ogre. Ogre is trustworthy enough. Not what we were hoping for. Okay, we have to dodge. We just have to dodge. Could have handed off, I guess. Maybe we should have handed off. With hindsight, maybe it should have been a handoff, given the built-in reroll on catch. But we didn't, so here we are. I don't want to leave that there, but on the other hand, it's a 4+ dodge, but if you're not putting a reroll into, at least that makes them use a player on it, use an action. Oh my god. The injuries in this game, that is insane. No KOs, just 4 injuries. Straight up. That's not true, 1 send off. 3 injuries in 4 turns. We got rid of the Mighty Blow, didn't matter. They don't need Mighty Blow. Every hit is a Kaz. It happens, Mael. It's Blood Bowl. But yeah, I think this is a loss now. It's hard enough to win games with 7 elves. Winning games with 7 Imperial Nobility, I think, is a bridge too far. We have got all of our bodyguards left. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 bodyguards, 1 blitzer and an ogre. That's so rough. Like, who needs Mighty Blow? Just roll 10-10. That would have killed even an orc. Boy, oh boy. Pretty much got to 1 dice this. Okay. And stay. Something. So we could double rush the score now, or we could try to hold on for 1 more turn. I think we'll try to hold on for 1 more turn. Not re-rolling it, so we'll just take them all at once. Okay. We're trying with what little we have. Shamba doing some vampires. Played them both in my previous tournaments, probably played them at Bang Average Chicken Ball. I keep thinking about playing them for Bang Average Chicken Ball, but I had such a sad tournament experience with them the one time I've tried them so far. I do wonder if I'm being an idiot. Like, I like the idea of vampires at Chicken Ball. I think they build a lot more generously than Wood Elves do. And I have the beautiful models that Blood Bowl Nut painted for me. So it would be fun to have the excuse to use them. But I had such a bad time with them. Yeah, the one time I tried them, I just keep thinking, if I do that again, am I going to just regret it so much? Yeah, I'm really a big fan of. Even though I didn't play in it, I know so many people who went through Rebel Rookie League and had a good time. That I'm a big fan of what they do, and I know they're just starting up for Blood Bowl 3, and I wanted to support that. And I've actually had some chats with some of the people who help run it about whether there's maybe going to be some opportunities. Maybe there'll be ways for me to make myself helpful to Rebel Rookie League by doing some streams where if people want to have their games looked at, I could try to do some analysis streams for Rebel Rookies, if that's a thing people want. It's a really difficult thing with that stuff. Like, you don't want to be patronizing and force people to listen to your opinions, right? Like, but if people want to hear some suggestions and stuff when I play, I think it could be a really like fun thing to do. I am relying on this ogre way too much, but I don't really have a choice because I've only got 7 players. So we have what we have. One dice here. Rolls the pal. Do we just have to score now? We could blitz this. And if it goes that way, I mean, that's not likely getting up and dodging. Maybe we can stall another turn here. Feels really risky doing this with the ball carrier, but sure. It's not really what we need for the stall. So now the stall is just hoping they don't do the 3+ dodge well. Or I guess we could bring that round. If we make that dodge, it does become a lot safer. Otherwise we're giving them 3 turns. We've got so few players left that giving them 3 turns feels really bad. On the other hand, I don't know, anything we do is going to feel good. Thanks, Watton. Have a good time. Yourself as well. So that's just 2+2+1 dice on the ball. They might be able to make it 2 dice with this catcher as well. I don't know. Probably should have just scored. Probably should have just scored. Well, the chance was there. That power is huge because that now means this is free. Now it's just 2 dice on the ball. 2+2+2 dice on the ball. I think I shouldn't have stalled. It was pretty greedy. I'm also not sure if I should have taken that hit. Okay, well, we don't get the power immediately. I have to take them both down here. It's just an armor break because they're all armor breaks. Double rush to clear you and then try pick up on you, I guess. Probably the best we're going to do. Try to get you involved. Sorry, knocked the mic out, but should be back now. Stick you to the sideline. I'd like to take this block, but I can't because if I push that, it's going to be more in my way than it is now. Oh, that's bad. And now, do I stall? Go here. Let's think this through. You've got to fight through that. I actually think this is not a terrible stall. Am I mad? Am I mad that this is possibly stallable? Like, that's doing a job. We might be able to dodge this through. These are too far away. Fine. Yeah, I think this is better than the other one was, which doesn't mean it's good. But I think it is better than the other one was. It would have been a lot better if that had come out. If that had made the dodge, that would have been really strong. Because yeah, now you can knock this down. Yeah, I think the stall only worked if I got that dodge. That was a bit greedy. Still, dice to roll. Good news is opponent can't score. So at worst, it's going to be 0-0 at half time. Bad news is I think it will be 0-0 at half time. And we'll probably deserve it because we've been very greedy. Doesn't get it first time. Oh, reroll for the 1 turn. Ooh, ooh. Yeah, I hadn't thought about the 1 turn, but that's a thought, isn't it? Oh, and they can also take a uphill from here. I don't know if I would. Injured a death roller. Let's go, Diadem. Good job. Dodges that out. Yeah, that makes more sense to me than hitting the ball. So we either 1 dice with the ball carrier who's got block, or we 2 dice with this one that doesn't have block. I think the 2 dice is, well, it's just better, isn't it? That's a 1 in 9 chance instead of the 1 in 6 chance of turnover. So roll the pows. Injure the thrower with leader. That's very nice. And somehow we have got away with a 10-8 stall here. Somehow. You did call it. I'm sorry, Mael. We definitely got some dice back there at the end of the drive. You had 5 dice on the ball. Well, you did knock the ball down, didn't you, I suppose? But yeah, still. I mean, we still have 7 players, so I'm not particularly optimistic that that this game doesn't still end in a defeat. But we'll see. We'll see. Doing our best. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're 1 further back. Can't even do a line across the whole pitch. But we shall see. I know, right, guys? Another perfect 10-8 stall. That's why you guys come to this channel. You're all just like, oh my god, Tree, she just has these perfect offensive drives. There's never any mistakes along the way. Every single one of them. It's just so certain that it's going to be a smooth 10-8 stall. Collie, I don't know if Collie's here at the moment, but Collie, just quietly by the way, Collie the thrower choosing violence there, doing a murder. We cannot be surprised by these things. You make her be a thrower, but in her mind, she's still the blitzer. Oh, speaking of blitz. Oh, it's a rush. But on a 2+, we can hit that halfling, so we've got to try. Oh my god, we have this player here free. We didn't need to do it with that one. Oh, I'm an idiot. I did not see. I could have done that. So I could have had a hit on the ball there, on the one-turner, but I... although it looks like it would have been a double skull anyway. I don't know if they can get this, actually. I think this is too far back anyway for the 110. Shamba! It's so weird you say that, because that's exactly what I thought you guys were saying. Turns out I was dead right. I'm playing so badly today. I'm doing so many stupid things like that. Yeah, shouldn't have been with that player. I should have seen that one. Wow, what a coincidence. What a coincidence if that's what you're saying. It's a shock. A mistake is just an opportunity to learn how to swear less in public. Listen, we have the F-bomb emote for a reason. I really need to do some new emotes. I should really put that on my to-do list, as some of the emotes have not been freshened up in forever. Problem is, the person who used to do my emotes is no longer available, and I haven't found someone who I love for doing emotes as much. It's a nice little cheeky pass on the dwarf blitzer. Andy said I should animate that emote so it explodes, and that's actually a good idea, but I don't know how. So I need to find someone to do that for me as well. Okay, so good news. We are winning. Bad news. We have still only got 7 players. Does that armor up stay for the whole game? I thought that was just for the drive. Oh yeah, it's for the whole match. Well, that's nice. I'm spreading out the line just because I don't want to have more players than I have to stuck on the tree. We really need a bench on this team. The ogre was pretty good in that drive, so I can't say I necessarily regret having the ogre, but that was kind of the decision when we were choosing to buy that ogre. It's like, do you buy the ogre or do you buy a bench? And I think this team desperately needs a bench. And the problem is we're now further away from getting the bench as well, because we still have to buy a replacement for Smedley. So I don't know when we're going to get to having a bench. But I think this team, of all teams, does really need one, because they are very prone to losing players, because they've got low armor players, and they also are a team that bases up a lot and takes a hit, as we've talked about. So yeah, tricky. Good kickoff for Mael. They get the ball straight onto that catcher without having to pick it up. They've only got 2 rerolls, of course, because we've got rid of their leader, so we're both on 2 rerolls, which is... I mean, that was a really nice roll for us, obviously, like the power let us score and then injuring it as well. No knockdown there. Do we want to stand firm? Normally, yes. For the 11 players, keep that there, hit it back. But I'm less sure with what we have, because are we going to have the players to hit them back? But I'm still going to say yes. partly because this means they have fewer assists if they foul this, which I think they might. Oh, thanks, Christopher. I'm not going to do it right now, Christopher, because I have to go dig the file out. But if I can do that later, I definitely will. Tree hits the ogre, no knockdown, but stays on the ogre. So what I would like to do is to hit that halfling, because that halfling is going to keep trying to ruin our day. Double rush. Well, poop. Don't think I can reroll it. So now that probably gets fouled instead. Do I take a second thrower? I don't know is the honest answer. I haven't played this team enough. As I've been saying, my experience with this team really just comes from playing them in my local tabletop league. And I didn't there, but I know that Crystal Hunter took a second thrower when he played them. And his argument was, even though they're overpriced and a bit rubbish, it's just another piece that has armor 9+ instead of armor 8+. And it's not a bad argument. Crystal Hunter knows what he's talking about in general, so I could definitely get on board with it as an idea. But I don't know yet is the answer to that one. I need to try these things myself. So we're going to foul the blitzer now. For sure. Might take a block here first. You've got 2 dice on this one from here. Oh, we're not fouling. Was that an accidental activation without the foul? I'm really surprised we're not fouling. Accidental activation? Okay, unlucky. That's really frustrating when that happens, so yeah. Definitely lucky for me. Does get the power over here. Who was this? I think we don't stand firm here, because then at least you've either got to stay on that or stay on this. Touchpad, oh no, oh god, are you playing on a laptop? I've played Blood Bowl 2 on a laptop a few times, and yes, there were many mistakes along the way. So at the moment we've got 1 dice on the ball here. At the moment. Tree roots. Still takes the block. Well, the good news is that means the ogre is now not stuck on the tree. Just to push there, so we will stand firm. Stand firm is a really good skill. I go back and forth on whether I think stand firm is a better skill than sidestep, and I think in reality it's just, as with lots of these things, each of them can be better for different players at different times. When I put the ball as a foul assist, it never works out. Normally just by being sent off, not by effing it up. Oh, yeah, it's a bit of a risk, isn't it? Fouling there with the ball, there is a risk, because if you had got sent off, I might have had 2 dice on the ball if the foul fails, which is quite unlikely because you'd have to roll like a double one or something. But it is the end of your turn, by the way. I don't know if you have noticed, but your time bank is going down. Right. Does the ogre want to stand up? It does not. Okay, well that changes what I do with you then, I think. Does it? No, it probably still does the same thing, just goes there. And I think we have to stand you up. Stand you up. And not that I want to, but stick this in here. And I think we just hit the halfling on the one dice. Fine. Pop you back a square. Stay where we are. Roll a skull. Not my finest turn of dice. Had the one there and the skull there, but what can you do? We've had some good dice at other moments. J-Lev! Hey J-Lev, how are you? Will I be streaming in a couple of hours? Probably not, Morgan. I would say, depending how long this game takes, we'll either have one more game after this or no more games after this. So yeah, probably not a couple of hours. If I am going in a couple of hours, I'll be close to wrapping up. Okay, just a push here. That's good. I've just worked out what the play is here. So they're thinking about surfing this blitzer, which means that is actually really good because now this is only a 1 dice. Whereas if you've got the power, it would be a 2 dice. So definitely that makes this play riskier for them, especially because that's a 1 dice with a ball carrier that could double skull. But yeah, that's what the play was, isn't it? Because these are dwarfs, you can't easily dodge them around to help. Okay, so we're blitzing with the ball carrier. They get the push. No, so we probably are getting served. That's a 5+ to get that push. Because like a power is not getting served, right? Like to actually get the push is 5+. Are we now deciding whether we base this to make it a 1 dice serve or just do the uphill with the halfling? Goes the risking the ball carrier for the 1 dice, now 3+. Yeah, I would have done the same at that point. The 5+ was lucky, but once you've got it, the 3+ I would go for it as well. Okay, well, the good news is the crowd is less violent than the players are, because we've had a lot of Kaz in this game. The crowd apparently a bit more gentle. So we're now on 6. 6 players for this defense. Brawler. I forgot these have Brawler. I literally forgot they get Brawler. Jeez. So you struggle to do anything here. The ogre is going to come in and save the day. Good job, ogre. Oh no, we just KO'd our thrower. I was going to try and base the ball. Probably should have just stopped. So we've now got 5 players. 5 players on the pitch. We're having the full Imperial Nobility experience here. Not sure if I should play for the win. I was wondering if you're going to now. I mean, you've still got 5 turns, so you definitely still can. You're on 10 players, we're on 5. We're getting 1 back guaranteed. The KO is 50-50. Yeah, I'm being pretty stubborn about not spending my rerolls because I figured you might go for the win. So at least I'm trying to keep hold of those. Yeah, I'm so low on numbers. I mean, look, I was 7 at the start of this drive, right? So actually it could have gone worse than it has. We started the drive on 7, we're now on 5, but at least one of those is coming back. Five imp nobles falling on the floor. 5 imp nobles falling on the floor. And if 1 imp noble should accidentally fall, there'll be 4 imp nobles falling on the floor. Shamba would sing that much better than I would. Don't tempt Nuffle, yes. I think Nuffle has already had their say. Nuffle wanted blood in this game and they got some. The troll's there, I guess. It's got the lowest armor. Stand this up. Push that. Try this 1D. Which then gives us a 2D. We've had Enuffle. 1D on the ball. What was the 1D on the ball? Because that blitz there. One of these? Oh, maybe. With some pretty rowdy dodging? Maybe. I didn't even look, I have to admit. Didn't even look. Probably should have done. The thing is, even if you make a 1D on the ball here and get a knockdown, what happens next? It's not like we have recovery. And they would still have 4 turns to get it back, so... Yeah, okay, so this one. Yeah, I can see it now. With some rough dodges. Pow on him. Another removal. Oh, that's really bad. KOs are now pretty huge. We could be on as few as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good job, Mael. I think you were definitely right to go for the win. I would have gone for the win in your position. Looks like we got 1 KO back, so we're on 6. 6 plays 10. I reckon all your players on the bench could have reached the ball. If they would just try Shamba, if all these quitters would stop being such quitters and get up and do some stuff, especially Smedley, claiming to be dead. Nobody believes you're dead, Smedley. We know you're faking it. The sent-off guy's got nothing to lose. Good point. Gruff could at least try with his flaming hat. Alright. I think we just ignore the tree this time. Collie, we need you at your best here, Collie. Let's go 6-player nobility team. Officious ref. Stuns one of theirs. Okay, that's alright. Oh no, stun one of both teams. Less alright. Okay. I was feeling optimistic for a second there and then realised my optimism was misplaced. Okay. Ooh, that's nice. Good job by Olet Johnny. Olet Johnny working hard to earn that flaming the other flaming helmet. Ball, that's good. Just see how to range that catcher. Do a murder. Ogre to joy. Not a murder. Alright, so 6 plays 9. We have the ball. Don't know how long we're going to have the ball for, but we have it for now. Hey, show me magic. Has the pox. Those aren't spots. Those are elegant squares. And look, also on fire. Really, we should be more concerned about the fact that several of our players are on fire. That's probably the greatest concern. How's our poor blitzer? Absolutely not joining in with these sing-songs. Okay, not dead. And did get sent off, so it's now going to be 5 plays 8. I said that a bit too soon, of course. Argue the call could have changed the situation there for us, but I have a terrible idea, which I may try. Oh, that makes it harder to do. Was I thinking I might throw the ball to the ogre? Yes, I was thinking that, but now I'm not because I want to pin that to the sideline. That's a good pal. Like, I think we pretty much just have to yeet and hope now. I think that's where we are. If we do the double rush, that turns it into a 4+ pass. I think it's as good as we're going to get. So let's try. Come on, Collie. I believe in you, Collie. I believe in you, Collie. Let's go, cauliflower. This is why I believe in her, because she's amazing. Because she is the absolute star that you just witnessed. That's also very nice. That's not relevant, so I think we need to dodge. Tell you what. This is almost looking not terrible. Hang on. Bring that down a square. Well, that's annoying, because if I'd done that turn better, I wouldn't need to spend the reroll here, but I think I should spend the reroll. Because that cuts you off. Should have checked that before I clicked that one. I kind of wasn't expecting to get as far as that, so I was just unprepared for the success. Everyone knocks the Imperial Nobility Thrower, but I'm just saying Cauliflower has thrown 2 passes in her career and they've both been successful. Just saying. Okay, Mael's putting in a scoring threat. Love to see that. I mean, they can still hit this ball, right? Like they've got... Okay, they're not going for the hit on the ball. They're going for the troll say hit here, which is successful. They're going to tag the ball with the catcher. Because the other play was to dodge this and hit the ball on a 1 dice. Or if you did really aggressive dodges with the catcher first, you could try to make it a 2 dice. Makes the dodge. Okay, yeah, it's going to make our life harder. So they have got a scoring threat. That's a good power. Three plus 2 plus the score. Just gotta try it, don't I? It's not really anything else. We could go here and take this hit. What happens if I take this hit? Go here, hit that on 2 dice. Potentially jam it to the sideline. That can be relevant next turn. I think I've just got to go for it. Come on, talk. Oh my god, I cannot believe we've scored. 6-player offense, let's go. Nobs OP. Thanks, Mael. We got very lucky. We got very lucky. There's no more halfling. So actually, the way we can guarantee no score here is to put 3 Sandfirm on the line. I say guarantee, there's always a timeout. But unless it's a timeout, that will guarantee no score. Brilliant coaching is for my opponent, but wasn't a timeout, so there is no score. Hey, somehow we've won another game with these ability. Don't ask me how this keeps happening, because none of these games have felt very convincing. None of these games have felt like, yeah, this is going exactly how we wanted to. And yet somehow we are going to be 3 wins, 1 draw, and 0 losses. It does seem that way, Show Me Magic. Maya, I definitely feel your pain on that one. Like, in your shoes, I would have gone for the win. I definitely think it's easy to beat yourself up on that, but all I can say is I would have done the same thing you did. Careful, you'll summon to me. So I actually think that's really like true Show Me Magic about the 3+. I think you get used to playing elves all the time to being very cautious, or I do anyway. I get quite cautious about 3+ and thinking that 3+ are something to be feared. And like with a team like this, you just have to live with it, right? Like you just have to say, okay, this is part of it. We're going to throw some 3+, even some 4+ on the passes sometimes. And you just say, what are the odds on these things? Well, I tried to be clever and get a turnover there. It did cause an MNG on our blitzer, but at least they're not dead. Ham is safe for later. Oh, it's the last turn now. Roller pow. That is the end of the game. Thanks for the game, Mayo. Oh, ads are up. They might not hear me. Okay. I'll say it again in 46 seconds. Gruff just hogging the MVPs. You give Gruff a flaming helmet and look what he does. I mean, to be fair, Gruff fouled out the Mighty Blow blitzer, so maybe that's a worthy MVP. It's a pretty good one. We are going to be down a blitzer and a bodyguard next game because we cannot afford to replace Smedley, who died. And this one is MNG, so we're going to have a pretty rough looking roster next game. But in the meantime, we can do a couple of things. So we're going to give Cauliflower leader. I just think with this team, with how expensive it is and how expensive the rerolls are, leader on these just makes clear sense to me. Other skills you might want on them, sure hands. I think sure hands probably what I would go next on Collie, because not having sure hands in this team feels prepared. Maybe I should go sure hands. I'm going to think about that for a second. Mael, thank you for the game. I think you were behind ads just now when I said it, but yeah, thank you for the game. Sorry for the lucky dice on my scores. But yeah, it was a fun game. And as Show Me Magic just said, playing for draws is boring. Playing for wins is way more fun. So I would have gone for the win in your position for certain. The part we hate and love, exactly. Oh, genuinely a bit torn on this. Sure hands or leader, both of those seem important. I mean, I think ultimately what the thrower probably wants is like sure hands, on the ball, leader, and block. But that's going to be a very expensive thrower at that point. I think it's I think it's leader, because you can still use that reroll on the pickup, and the team needs the third reroll, so I think it's leader. I don't think I can afford to random on this piece. Like if I was going to random passing skills, actually to be fair, randoming passing skills is exactly what I did on my tabletop team, and I got a dump off throw, which I thought was quite fun. But your hits here, I guess, if you're randoming, leader is a definite hit, on the ball is a definite hit. Dump off accurate, cannoneer, all of those do something just in terms of if you want to use this as more of a thrower, but how often are you really going to want to use it as more of a thrower? I like the idea of Fumble Rooski and then building sure hands somewhere else, but I mean, where are you putting that somewhere else? Like your second thrower or your one of your blitzers? I don't know. It's all a bit too wacky. So really leading on the ball, your only hits here. General, if you want to just use it as a luxury lineman, then General's great because pretty much all the skills here are good lineman skills, except for maybe shadowing. And then if you hit sure hands, you can go stick with the thrower build or block. But yeah, I think the team needs the third reroll, so we're going to try leader. Who knows? It's all an experiment. We'll work it out as we go. We've got enough for another guard here. I've talked through my reasoning on the bodyguards after the last game, so I won't bore everyone with that again. I think we just take guard here. Maybe now we've got two, I might try randoming some agility on these ones, but I definitely wanted some guard on the team. The Noble Blitzers, I think you could probably make a case for randoming General on them in the same way as you can for a War Dancer, because a lot of them are okay. Dauntless is okay. Dirty Player's kind of bad. Fend is okay. Frenzy leads you to a specific build, but it's good. You can use it. Kick is okay. Pro is okay. Shadowing on movement 7, it's not great, but it's okay. Strip Ball's good. Sure Hands lets you use that as your ball carrier more. Tackle and Wrestle, both good. So I think there's like enough that's okay here that you could random it if you're really focused on saving the money, but I just think dodge is so important on them. We've seen how much dodging we've done the last few games. I've dodged a lot actually on this team. So having one player with blodge would be an asset at this point. So for the dodging and for the making it harder to hit, let's get Olet Johnny to blodge. And since Olet Johnny is the only one of my two blitzers who isn't dead, Olet Johnny can also have a flaming head as a reward for not being dead. So that is the team after 4 games. Somehow, we still haven't lost. I don't think I take another level on Gruff. I think Gruff is really good value with Wrestle, so I think that adding anything onto that, like randoming again, just has the potential to reduce the good value that he's got right now. He's a really good value piece. So I think we literally just don't level him until we have to. So yeah, if you are watching on YouTube and enjoying the content, and how would you not enjoy watching us play with our knobs here in this run, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe.